Howdy, Cowboys Nation. Your like and subscription to this video are essential for us. Please consider it. Thank you for your kindness. Jerry Jones described the Sunday's overwhelming defeat to the Green Bay Packers as the most unexpected in his career and was forthright in his comments to the Dallas Cowboys players in the locker room afterwards. Cowboys cornerback Jordan Lewis revealed that Jones passionately addressed the team soon after Dallas's 48-32 exit in the NFC wildcard game. "We got to win," was the essence of Jones' message to the players, as reported by Lewis through CBS Sports. Ever since Jones acquired the Cowboys in 1989, the franchise has clinched 3 Super Bowls in the 1990s, yet they have struggled to emulate that era's postseason success. Under the leadership of head coach Mike McCarthy, the Cowboys have achieved 3 successive 12-win seasons. However, they have secured only a single playoff win during this period. The Dallas Cowboys have confirmed the addition of 8 players through reserve/future contracts, marking the team's initial steps following their playoff exit at the hands of the Green Bay Packers. Among those securing new agreements are receivers Jalen Moreno-Cropper and Racey McMath. McMath was added to the Cowboys' practice squad just before the NFL playoffs. Dallas also secured reserve contracts for several players, including tackle Earl Bostick, cornerback Josh Butler, tight end Princeton Fant, linebacker Buddy Johnson, edge defender Durrell Johnson, and defensive back Sheldrick Redwine. The term futures contracts is used because the player officially becomes a part of the contract only when the next league season begins. The significance of this distinction lies in the fact that the player's contract doesn't impact the current season's salary cap or roster limit. Instead, it's accounted for in the next year's salary cap. It's essential to understand that once a player commits to a futures contract, they're added to a reserve/futures list and become ineligible to enter negotiations with other teams. This differs from practice squad arrangements, as teams are not permitted to sign players who are under a futures contract with another team. Last season, Moreno-Cropper was part of Dallas' practice squad, though he didn't get any playing time. This 22-year-old receiver boasts a noteworthy college career from his days at Fresno State. Following another premature departure from the NFL playoffs, the Cowboys face numerous roster choices. However, the most pressing query this offseason for Dallas revolves around the identity of their head coach. Team owner Jerry Jones has maintained a notable silence regarding Mike McCarthy's future following the team's significant defeat by the Packers. Mike Fisher of Sports Illustrated has reported that Jones intends to approach his end-of-season discussion with McCarthy as if it were a job interview. In 2024, enthusiasts of the Dallas Cowboys can anticipate Mike McCarthy reclaiming his role as head coach, as per insights from several industry experts. Drawing on historical decision-making patterns, John Machota of The Athletic posits that McCarthy's comeback in the next season as the team's coach stands as the most probable scenario. As the days go by without any official statement, it seems increasingly improbable that the Cowboys will part ways with McCarthy. Should Dallas consider a change in their head coaching position, the team's ownership would likely prefer to act swiftly, especially considering that other teams are currently in the process of appointing new head coaches. On January 16, David Moore from the Dallas Morning News echoed a comparable sentiment. Early indications suggest that the Cowboys are gearing up their supporters to witness McCarthy once more at the helm on the sidelines in the upcoming season. Considering the presence of esteemed coaches such as Bill Belichick and Jim Harbaugh in the market, McCarthy's anticipated return to Dallas comes as somewhat of a surprise. While McCarthy has achieved 3 consecutive seasons with 12 wins, his tenure in Dallas over 4 years is marked by only a single playoff victory. The Cowboys' disconcerting 48-32 defeat to the Packers raises concerns. While the team's history suggests McCarthy's job is secure, ESPN's Ed Werder highlights the unpredictability of such decisions. Considering Jerry Jones' upcoming meeting with Mike McCarthy, predicting the Dallas Cowboys owner's decision is a challenge. He's the same owner who parted ways with Jimmy Johnson after consecutive Super Bowl victories, yet demonstrated almost a decade of patience with Jason Garrett, detailed Werder. Although Jones is known for his bold approach, the Cowboys have adopted a more cautious strategy in recent free agency periods. Instead of pursuing high-profile acquisitions, the team frequently chooses to seek value deals. Dallas has consistently exercised a judicious approach to the NFL draft. This strategy reinforces Machota's belief that McCarthy is poised to continue his tenure as the Cowboys head coach. In the upcoming weeks, Jerry Jones and his administrative team are likely to face some challenging times. This period of turbulence is expected to extend over the next few months for the team's financial experts. This scenario suggests that certain prominent and expensive players in the Cowboys lineup, particularly wide receiver Michael Gallup, might also experience some difficulties. Currently, as the Cowboys confront a significant salary cap dilemma, Gallup might find himself in a precarious position. This perspective was echoed by Bleacher Report recently, identifying players from the Cowboys who are most at risk of becoming salary cap victims, and placing Gallup at the forefront of this list for the team. Chris Knox from Bleacher Report analyzes the Cowboys scenario, who find themselves $16 million above the salary cap as they approach the offseason, necessitating a careful consideration of every expenditure. Since signing a 5-year, $57.5 million extension with the Dallas Cowboys in 2022, wide receiver Michael Gallup has fallen short of expectations. Although he can still produce some notable plays, it's evident that Gallup has relinquished his position as the second receiver to Brandon Cooks this season. Gallup epitomized the struggles faced by the Cowboys throughout this season. His performance was notably underwhelming, marked by a mere 34 receptions and just 418 yards, marking his career's lowest. Despite some impressive stats in the defeat against the Packers, with 6 catches for 103 yards, his contributions were limited, with no receptions until the Packers had a 20-0 lead, and only 2 catches in the first half amounting to 25 yards. The Cowboys boast one of the league's elite wide receivers in CeeDee Lamb, yet they have had difficulty securing a reliable secondary option. Cooks, while competent, is 30 and more, fitting for a third receiver role. Gallup possesses the speed and downfield prowess to be a second option, a key reason behind parting ways with Amari Cooper, who has surpassed 1.1 yards in the last 2 seasons. Despite this, Gallup has not successfully translated his potential into consistent performance. Dallas faces the crucial task of negotiating with Dak Prescott, who, despite his role in the recent playoff debacle, might secure the most lucrative deal in NFL history this offseason. His escalating contract peaks at $59.5 million the following season, necessitating a restructuring into a more sustainable long-term agreement. The Cowboys are also tasked with ensuring Micah Parsons and Lamb rank among the top earners in their respective positions. Currently on their rookie contracts, Parsons and Lamb collectively cost the team a modest $9 million last season. However, this is set to change as Dallas prepares to offer lucrative extensions to these key players. Jerry Jones seldom acknowledges poor investments, yet it's time to either restructure Gallup's contract or end it altogether. Releasing him with a post-June 1st designation would save $9.5 million in cap space, while only incurring a dead cap hit of $4.4 million. The Cowboys can no longer afford the leniency of tolerating Gallup's subpar performance. They must avoid errors similar to the departure of Cooper and cannot rely solely on recent draft selections, such as 2022's third-round pick Jalen Tolbert. Dallas will have to streamline its budget in other areas. In this scenario, Gallup emerges as the prime candidate for cost-cutting measures. We value your feedback. Please subscribe and leave your opinion in the comments.